what it would really take to fix the SSI program for millions of beneficiaries. $301 every single month for SSI beneficiaries by whopping $2.4 billion per month, 28.8 billion. These are some surprising numbers. Realistically, how to fix the SSI program. So let me get into the details. Surprising update for supplemental security income beneficiaries, otherwise known as SSI beneficiaries. Today in this video, I'll be discussing some of the important aspects for supplemental security income beneficiaries. We are talking about $28.8 billion for SSI beneficiaries, what it means for you and your SSI benefits, and social security benefits are primary source of income, especially in the retirement due to the disability. But many people with the ongoing struggle may find that it is difficult to make their end meet just with those SSI benefits. Now, you know what? That's why it's crucial to stay informed about the potential changes to your benefits. What could it mean? How can you make most of your benefits? Now, today in this video, I'll be sharing you some of the important details, surprising information. Let's bash the details, and we'll be focusing on the facts and the numbers behind the SSI benefits, otherwise known as supplemental security income. I'll be discussing a very important aspect on how to fix the program, SSI program, in a major way that will affect roughly about 8 million beneficiaries who rely on this SSI checks each and every month. The month of the September is kind of a unique because a single payment date have multiple payments going out, as well as there will be double deposit, unexpected payment going out. So no wonder there will be some surprises regarding early payments, unexpected deposit, double deposit. So let's get right into all the details on SSI and what it means for millions of beneficiaries. Now here's the thing guys, we clearly need to acknowledge that SSI beneficiaries are underpaid as of right now. And here's the thing, this is not just my opinion, but lot of SSI beneficiaries are talking about. Speaking of the current rate of the inflation, even the basic necessities are out of the reach for things like buying foods, groceries, and essential stuff of that kind. It's harder to just rely on those SSI benefits. Now, one thing you should ask yourself, what it would really take to fix the SSI program for millions of beneficiaries. Now, quite honestly, it would not take too much of a money as we take a look at the big picture on how to fix the SSI program. So let me get into the details. Now, the first and most important goal of the SSI program is to improve the livelihood and the quality of the life for millions and millions of SSI beneficiaries, those who rely on this monthly checks. Now, as of right now, there are just under 8 million SSI beneficiaries receiving supplemental security income benefits, and this is a very important program as we speak. So anybody that receive SSI benefits, this is virtually their only source of income. Now, you might be saying, how do you know that? Well, because an SSI beneficiaries can have actually no income. I mean, you can have a couple of dollars of income each and every month, but other than that, that's only income that you can have. Otherwise, if your income exceeds these levels of threshold, which again, by the way, is only just few dollars per month, then the benefits start to garnish, then your benefits will start to diminish in a huge way. And you know what, if your income start to exceed too much, then your benefits are completely gone, then basically you lose your benefits. So again, that is the reason why we know that SSI beneficiaries primarily rely on those SSI checks in a huge way. Now, as of right now in 2023, as disclosed by Social Security Administration, the SSI federal payment standard payment is for individual it's $914 per month, and for couples it's $1,371 for married couples. Now, speaking of more details, because you know what, these are some surprising numbers. Realistically, these are well below average, and you know what, these numbers should be based on the statistics, based on the real numbers as far as the program was set it up way back in the old days in 1970s when the SSI was actually formed. Now, to discuss all the important details, we have to actually move back in the old days, back in the 1972 when actually SSI was brought into the implementation. So in 1972, there was no such a thing such as SSI, and there was nothing of such a kind of a system was around. However, during at that time, looking for a way to help out older adults and people with disabilities, providing them with some monthly income so they didn't need to rely on their friends, family to get their basic necessities like food, grocery, housing, these kind of things fulfilled. So you know what they said? They started implementing the SSI program. Now, the whole purpose behind the SSI program was to lift individual up below the federal poverty line, and this is to make sure that older adults and people with disabilities are not living in poverty. Well, that was the original plan back in the old days, about 51 years ago. Alright, now back in the old days, the program was a huge success. Well, if you take a look at right now, you know what? After about 51 years later, right now, there are about 8 million people who rely on those SSI benefits. Back in the old days in 1972s, there was not a lot of beneficiaries who rely on SSI. Now, the next details I'm going to share you can be controversial topic, but you know what? Let's bash the details and we'll be focusing on the facts and the numbers behind the SSI benefits. So let's get started. Alright guys, so let me break down all the important numbers so you can get a pretty good understanding. Now take a look at this. Currently in 2023, the federal poverty line is set at $1,215 on a monthly basis or $14,580 for an individual across the entire year. Now watch this. $1,215 on a monthly basis is the federal poverty line. That is the important number you should remember. Now here is the thing guys. On the other hand, the maximum benefits for an SSI beneficiaries is for individual it's $914 per month. You know what? That's the difference of like $301 every single month for SSI beneficiaries if you compare with the federal poverty level, and it's considerably below the federal poverty line. This means that every single month an SSI beneficiary receives the maximum benefit, which by the way are still $301 below the federal poverty line. Now guys, to be honest with you, that's a significant amount of money we are talking about. $301 each and every month. Now speaking of the details, if let's say if they were to raise everybody's, assuming all the beneficiaries needed to be lifted up by $301 per month for all the SSI beneficiaries, then remember guys, that would be an increased spending by whopping $2.4 billion per month. If they just want to increase those benefits to the federal poverty level for all the SSI beneficiaries, it would be around $2.4 billion per month extra spending. Now I'm being sarcastic here because you know what, $2.4 billion is literally nothing when it comes down to the federal government. It's practically a very less amount of money for the government. Now to put this in perspective, lifting all 8 million beneficiaries of SSI by $301 per month, well, this would cost an extra $2.4 billion on a monthly basis for the government, and of course over the course of the entire year it would cost $28.8 billion to lift all those beneficiaries receiving SSI benefits from the current levels of the maximum, which is $914 per month, up to the federal poverty line, which is $1,215. So they need to raise $301 every single month for all 8 million beneficiaries. $28.8 billion per year may not seem like a lot of money for the government, but it's really not when it comes down to the federal government. Here's the thing guys, every year Congress passes millions and trillions of packages, various kind of packages to fund federal government programs in a single year. In the December of the last year, you know what, they passed out $1.7 trillion bill which would fund the federal government for next 12 months. So you know what, it would take that little teeny tiny bit of money, $28.8 billion, to lift all the SSI beneficiaries up to the federal poverty level, all those 8 million SSI beneficiaries. Now it's important to note that Congress is supposed to do this in the September, but usually they don't. But my point is, lifting all the SSI beneficiaries up above the federal poverty line would not cost a lot of money. It's actually relatively small amount of money when it comes down to government budget. It's not something Congress would seriously consider when they are passing their annual funding bill. Now it's totally up to the Congress whether they will implement it or not, but chances are currently, as far as I can see, I don't see any sort of a step moving in the direction where they will be lifting out all those 8 million beneficiaries up above the federal poverty level. Now what do you think about this? Do let me know in the comments down below. So let's check it out, the schedule for the social security benefit payments right here in this month. First of the month, that's when your September SSI payment will be coming in. Alongside, if you check out the 1st of the October, this is when typically all the SSI beneficiaries should have received their October SSI payment, but check this out, 1st of the month happens to be landing on Sunday, therefore no payments will be heading out on the holiday or a weekend, in that scenario, your payments will be deposited much earlier, which is in this case happens to be landing on 29th of the September. Because here is the thing guys, again 30th of the September happens to be landing on Saturday. So therefore you'll be going to receive your October SSI payment 2 days early, that is on 29th of the September. So let me summarize the payment schedule. Onto the first of the month, September SSI payment will be coming in. Then the next important payment is on those social security beneficiary who received their social security before May 1997 will be going to receive their payment on 1st September as well. And talking about 13th of the September, if your birth date lies between 1st to 10th of the month, be sure to check out 13th September for your payments to be deposited. If your birth date lies between 11th to 20th of the month, then be sure to check out 20th of the September for your payments to be deposited. And if your birth date lies between 21st to 31st of the month, then be sure to check out 27th September for your payments to be deposited. Also talking about the 29th of the September, this is when the October SSI payment will be arriving 2 days early. So don't get confused guys, no bonus payment, no extra checks. This will be your hard-earned benefits just arriving couple of days early. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel, and this is Kedar. I'll see you in the next video.